Hey everyone, I'm Daniel Rondberg. I want to welcome you to this video. In this video, I'm going to talk about probably my favorite tool there is out there. And I know it's probably wrong to have a favorite, but it's my favorite because nobody knows about it. And what's even crazier to me is agents that are responsible for educating the public and helping people with it, they don't even know about it or use it. It's like so uncommon. It's this little hidden gem. And when people understand it and find out what it really does, it's mind-blowing how cool the results can be and how many applications it has to solve problems that people have. And then they find this and they're like, oh my gosh, that's absolutely incredible. And what I'm talking about is the Modified Endowment Contract, or for short, the MEC. Right away, people go, what the heck are you talking about? A MEC is one of the retiree's best friends because of what it can do for you in your retirement. And in this video, I'm gonna go through the top 3 uses for a Modified Endowment Contract, or MEC, and I'm gonna show you what you can do with it and how you can position it to benefit your retirement. Use number 1 by far is liquidity. A Modified Endowment Contract is essentially a single premium life insurance policy. People go, oh my gosh, life insurance, what is this gonna do? What do you mean? Well, don't panic. It has a really good use case for what it does when I'm talking about liquidity. So a modified endowment contract is essentially a tax status applied to a life insurance policy. Back in the 80s, people realized that you could put money into life insurance, you could take that money out through qualified policy loans, tax-free, and people were pumping tons of money into life insurance, buying these really little death benefits and just using it as a way to get tax-free income back to themselves. It was really great. And then they created these rules, TAMRA and TEFRA, and what they did was they said, okay, because in life insurance, the fees are assessed between the death benefit and what you have in cash value, we're creating a certain borderline, so to speak, in each policy that says you have to buy so much death benefit for your cash in order to still have tax-free privileges of the cash value. Now the death benefit, unless for some weird reason, which you can disqualify yourself from it in certain business situations. But the death benefit will always be paid to your beneficiaries tax-free, or paid to you while you're alive if you have a rider that says you get to get it paid to you for long-term care. Those are called accelerated death benefit riders. Those will always be tax-free. But your cash is not always tax-free. If you purchase a non-MEC life insurance policy, you can buy more death benefit to keep your cash tax-free. But I said that the MEC is really powerful for liquidity and has all these use cases. So I'm saying that we want to get the death benefit to be as small as we can to get as much cash value into the policy, and we want to purposely make it a MEC and take away the tax-free privileges. And you would go, well, Danny, that's crazy. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. Because remember what I said the needs before. The number 1 is liquidity. What's interesting about MECs are they have really, really high liquidity when designed correctly. So a lot of people don't like long terms of financial products or high surrender charges. And sometimes the problem with general life insurance when you're using it for cash value is it could take a long time to vest all your cash value. You could have high surrender charges, and you could have periods of time where very little, or sometimes none of your money is available to you in certain years. But with a modified endowment contract, you can make it so that all of your money is available to you right away immediately. You can have no surrender penalties and no charges to get access to your money. You can have instant liquidity, and that liquidity will accumulate. So what's really cool about that is you can actually look at your savings portfolio and determine, okay, how much savings do I have, and do I need to have this much at the bank? A lot of people have what I describe as active liquidity and passive liquidity. Active liquidity would be your checking account. Money you use to transact day to day, money used for operating, you got to keep it liquid so you can pay your bills. Another form of active liquidity would be your savings account, generally 12 to 24 months of expenses in the bank for things like air conditioners, roofs, car repairs, medical emergencies, stuff that's right there liquid, also known as an abundance fund or a sleep well at night fund. Money that makes you know that you can spend confidently because you have it banked in case something happens. But then you move into the stage of passive liquidity. A lot of people are great savers, they're great earners, and they're great stewards of their money. They live within their means, they have financial discipline, and they build up this reserve of what I call passive liquidity. Passive liquidity is you have the goal of wanting to keep the money safe and liquid, but the probability is like really low that you're ever going to need that money. And this is where you move into a phase where you have more money at the bank than you're comfortable with because it's just not earning a lot, but you want to keep it liquid and safe. Well, enter in the modified endowment contract. It comes with contractual guarantees of your principal to protect it, and you can set it up so it's completely liquid. Some of those policies can earn dividends or interest credits that will build your cash value day 1 and keep it liquid. Now remember, it's going to be tax deferred because we took away the tax-free privileges, but it'll build in the policy tax deferred. You don't have to pay taxes until you take it out, but then you just pay taxes like you would on any other product that has a gain, like interest. That's okay. It's not a bad thing to pay money on money that you make. That's how it works. But you can set up these policies to be liquid keep your cash in there with some contractual guarantees to protect the principal, and start to grow from day one. And what's really cool about the Modified Endowment Contract is it's a single premium life insurance policy. So what happens? It comes with some death benefit, and you can even set it up to where that death benefit can pay you tax-free while you're alive if you need money for care. So it's going to have benefits for chronic illness, terminal illness, critical illness. It could even have a true long-term care benefit, and it also has a death benefit. So now you can keep your money safe and liquid. You can have it earning possibly as much as 2-3% while keeping it liquid, and you get life insurance and possibly benefits for you to protect you. So again, modified endowment contracts are really only right for people ages 60 and up, because if you're 59 and under, you get a 10% penalty on the interest you accrue from the IRS. So there's another little tax complication, but they're really for people who are 60 or up that want some safety and want to have the liquidity and want those extra benefits. A modified endowment contract is a great way to add value to your savings. Use number 2. Sometimes I meet people who say, okay, I got my portfolio all set up, I got income, I got these accounts, I got all these things set up and strategies, but this money over here, this money is for my kids. This is this money that I want to leave and give them as a gift when I die, and it's for my beneficiaries. And they have it sitting in a checking account or a CD or something that's just sitting there really not earning that much. Well, a modified endowment contract, remember, comes with contractual guarantees of life insurance. So let me give you an example. That $100,000 as an example, if that's how much it is, it's sitting in that account, is going to be using $100,000 to give them $100,000. There's not really that big of a benefit there. You're just transferring money to them as a wealth transfer. That's all it really is. But if you take that $100,000 and put it in a modified endowment contract, you can buy maybe $200,000 of guaranteed, contractually guaranteed death benefit for your $100,000. Now you can literally double the gift to your family, or you can flip it around. And instead of putting $100,000 in, maybe you put $50,000 in, get them $100,000 death benefits, so you're still giving them the same thing. Now you have another $50 for your retirement or to do something else with. So a modified endowment contract can be the death benefit and wealth transfer tool that you can use to have more maximization on your savings. It's a phenomenal benefit, not a lot of people use it. Use number 3 that I think is really critical and powerful is you can set up living benefit riders with these modified endowment contracts. So let me give you another example. Let's say you have some savings and you want to keep it safe and you want to keep it liquid. That's fine. We can accomplish that with a modified endowment contract. But that's going to be your money that you use for long-term care if you get sick or some type of medical emergency where you are chronically or permanently disabled. Well, again, if you have $100,000 in that account, that's not really an efficient way to transfer money to yourself. You're not really getting any benefit or leverage. But a modified endowment contract comes with a death benefit, and that death benefit can pay you out tax-free while you're alive if you get sick and need that money for care. And so this is a way to create benefits into your portfolio that you don't currently have. And again, a lot of people who get into their 60s, 70s, or even 80s say, well, I can't afford long-term care insurance. It doesn't make sense. I don't want to buy long-term care insurance. I don't want a monthly premium. Okay, that's fine. What if we just reposition an asset that can add those benefits tax-free to what you're already doing? You're already keeping this money sitting here. You want to keep it liquid and safe. Why don't we put some benefits on it so if you do need the money for care, you get some value? And yes, you could do that in your 60s, 70s, and even 80s with modified endowment contracts. Phenomenal benefit to add in benefits and add value to keeping money safe. Now, it's not a savings account, okay? It's not a bank product. There can be other forms of modified endowment contracts. They're not all equal. They're not all structured the same way. And you really got to be careful what company and product you get. You want to go with the right company and you want to get a great product that has the liquidity and has the benefits. So again, you really want to be careful. Talk to your agent, talk to your advisor, talk to your team about how to find the right one if you have one of these needs that's currently not being met and you feel like a modified endowment contract can do it. But now you start to see what they are. I'm going to go through them even deeper in other videos because they have other benefits and uses, and we're going to explore that in other videos. So if you like this video, please feel free to hit the thumbs up, like button for me. Please feel free to think about sharing this content, turning on the bell for notifications, and subscribe if you want to get more videos on how you can transfer risk and create more contractually guaranteed outcomes to protect your retirement. I'm Daniel Rondberg. I'll see you in the next one.